Greetings, niggas and bitches. So this is CJ the Champion's Miyamoto Musashi exposes the entire, or the, I don't know if entire, but the Baki universe and shit. But yeah, let's just go fuck shit. Just go fuck this shit up though, and it's like, you know what? Let's go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Today, this is gonna be one of them.
I already like the fucking what's this? Whatever the fuck this shit is though. The graphics and also like the just movements of just shit.
All right, ladies and
you know what also annoys me is that when I just keep pausing over and over and over again, it's like it just basically just glitches though, and it's like it doesn't even like it's not like I even pause for that longer, and it's like fuck.
Gentlemen, today this is gonna be one of them videos where I'ma just keep it a buck with you. What you're about to witness is 30 minutes of pure, unadulterated, nonsensical chaos that is going to make absolutely no sense and have you wondering how the hell is even half of this shit possible.
I'm not gonna front. I actually like this right here. I like this. This be my man. I spat all over this shit though.
And my answer to you is, I don't know either. I'm just here to show you the most insane depiction of a real life historical figure that they put in the anime. So, without further ado. Now, as we know in the world of Baki, there's a lot of absurd shit that happens in this universe that makes absolutely no sense. I mean, the last time I covered a Baki character, I was talking about a butt booty naked resurrected 7-foot caveman.
Pickle.
But I ain't gonna lie, I didn't think it could get crazy.
Wait. Hold on.
I mean, what could possibly top resurrecting a primitive nigga that fought dinosaurs for fun? Well,
ain't no way in the hell.
How about resurrecting the greatest swordsman in human history?
Of course. Okay.
They somehow figured out a way to resurrect Musashi Miyamoto, the most legendary samurai in history. A nigga who went undefeated in duels with a whopping record of 60-0. And these are not anime numbers, these are actual real numbers. If you step to this nigga back in the feudal Japan era, there was 100% chance yo ass was dying. Bro was not the dude to be fucked with. Now, how they resurrected him is one of the most absurd things I've ever seen. They went to his grave and dissected his spinal tissue so they could make a clone of him. And when the clone was finally fully grown.
Wait, so it's not the real nigga? And what the fuck are those nails, bruh? Why does it remind me of like, it's not like Shaq's toes, but fuck. What is it though? I don't remember.
They got this.
Oh, that's ugly as hell, bro. It kind of reminds me of Candace Owens' fuck. Bro, my speech is fucked up today though. But yeah, it reminds me of Candace Owens' hands, bro. Like, you know them shits look crazy. They look like nutsacks, bro.
To this nigga back in the feudal Japan era, there was 100% chance yo ass was dying. Bro was not the dude to be fucked with. Now, how they resurrected him is one of the most absurd things I've ever seen. They went to his
That looks crazy.
Grave and dissected his spinal tissue so they could make a clone of him. And when the clone was finally,
but I forgot what the fuck is that? I forgot what is it. What this reminds me of. Is it from Teen Titans Go? I don't know.
Fully grown. They got this crusty ass old lady who could summon spirits of the dead to somehow summon his soul, then smooch the nigga to transfer his soul into the clone's body. Bring him back to life. Now, does that make a lick of sense? No. But guess what? It's Baki, so who gives a f? Crazy stuff happens in this universe every day. This is normal.
I mean, here's the thing. I can't even really be so fucking surprised because knowing the things that actually happen in this world, yeah. Like, here's the thing. You can go ahead and tell me, like, here's the thing. I've actually seen a nigga that has the reptile bloodline where, like, if they go ahead and blink, though, and also there's a second layer that crocodiles be having, though. The nigga has it as well. There's also a bitch that legit has vampire fangs for teeth, bro. And there's also, like... What's this? Also like some nigga that actually, like, you know, when it comes to blinking your eyes or some yeah, fuck it. Never mind. But yeah, I had something else to say though. I lost it.
At this point. Now, when bro woke up and they took him out into the world, he basically had the Captain America waking up
But yeah, me knowing what happens in this world, yeah, I'm not surprised, bro.
out the iceberg moment, but 10 times more brutal. Cause
Like, here's the thing, there was even a time where basically about 2-3 years ago, there was an alien spaceship that crashed into somebody's backyard that week, bro. In the weekend.
Cap was just asleep for 70. Musashi's been dead for 400 years. So this dude thought he was on a whole different planet. This nigga was terrified of riding in a car and was in complete shock when he rode an elevator for the first time. He had no clue what the hell was going on because the world just completely changed for him. But one thing that didn't change was that in this era, niggas still loved to fight and Musashi loved to fight. So with that being said, let's start to go through this gauntlet that this man ran. Cause this dude damn near embarrassed the entire cast. So the first man to get embarrassed by Musashi was Mr. Sabu. And he was known as the best swordsman in modern day Japan. So his first fight was basically the strongest swordsman in history versus the strongest swordsman of today. Sukuna versus Gojo type shit. However, the way Musashi did Mr. Sabu was so absurdly ridiculous. It made all the modern day swordsmen look like a bunch of frauds walking around with butter knives. Cause Musashi beat this man with
Plastic ones, by the way.
without even lifting a finger.
You mean to tell me that this motherfucker wouldn't have fucked him up just with his presence alone?
You see, when dude walked up to him, he quite literally felt this nigga cut him down and kill him a total of 7 times in his mind. Dude lost the fight before it even started. He knew he was cooked, so he just dead ass gave up. And he straight up admitted that if he actually went through with this fight, he would have basically just thrown his life away for nothing. So after Mr. Sabu gave up, Musashi decided to add more salt to the wound and embarrass this dude to a degree of no recovery. He asked Mr. Sabu.
Wait, so he didn't let his ass go and he just be like, you know what, nah, I'm gonna actually go do some more. You know what I'm saying?
If he could see his swords so he could inspect them. So when he gave Musashi his swords and he started to inspect them, he basically told Mr. Sabu, as expected, these swords are utter garbage, my nigga. Nigga. So he ends up swinging his swords and they both end up breaking because
On his leg?
because they could not withstand the sheer force of Musashi's swing.
Wait, what? Okay, I've never seen such before.
And after he broke his swords, he told him, "These cannot be called swords, young one. How do you expect these toys to kill someone when they can't even survive a simple swing?" And after bro heard that, his whole life basically just flashed in front of his eyes because this was the moment in his life where he just straight up learned that he wasn't built for this shit. So he picked up the scraps of his broken blades and left, having to take a long walk of shame all the way back home. So
Nah, that's crazy. Imagine that you are basically the greatest swordsman in modern day, and your swords are being called toys by a nigga that's been basically resurrected after 400 years, and then tells you that these shits cannot be swords if they can't even survive a fucking swing. At swinger parties though. Ain't no way. Yo.
Well, after Mr. Sabu got his whole life dream and sword shattered, the next character to get embarrassed was none other than the main character himself, Baki. And I'ma be so real, I haven't seen Baki get embarrassed like this since he fought Yujiro for the first time. Like, this nigga got done dirty. So here's how this went down. Baki ends up going over to Tokugawa's house to confront this overwhelming aura he's been feeling uneasy about. And the person with that overwhelming aura was Musashi. So when Baki finally felt this man's aura near him, he threw a Pele kick, but his leg got cut off. Now, I ain't gonna lie, this was a pretty good psych gotcha nigga ass moment.
Wow. I thought this nigga was actually turned into an amputee. I swear.
actually didn't get his leg cut off. It was all in his head. Musashi literally pulled up for 1 second
and put his bitch ass in a fucking genjutsu. Ain't no way.
And his presence made him get stuck in a genjutsu. And the wildest part about it is that he still felt the pain of his leg getting cut off. So when Baki looks up from the ground, he sees Musashi standing over him and staring a hole into his soul. And the difference of what they saw when they stared at each other was just insane. When Baki looked at Musashi, he saw a mushroom cloud from a nuke, just pure destruction. But when Musashi looked at Baki,
I just see a blank.
All he saw was free eats.
Bruh, okay, that was so unexpected though, but at the same time, I was expecting much worse, bruh. But now, look at all this food, bruh. When it comes to me, bruh, I love food, bruh. It's to the point where it's like, if I basically go to a bitch house, bruh, and there's no food that's being made, I will literally drop the bitch, bruh. Like, dog, how the fuck can I go to a bitch house and then the bitch doesn't make any food? No. I remember there was a time where it's like, I went somewhere that was like on the opposite side but further away from my place. I went to a nigga's house, just chilling there. The mama was there. The bitch went and basically just made some food without me asking. And honestly, it just pisses me the fuck off that there's bitches in this world that just don't know how to cook food.
It was Thanksgiving for this nigga. Nigga looked at him like a plate that you get at a family function that your grandma made. Catfish, yams, collard greens, mac and cheese, cornbread. This nigga was free food.
And apparently, yeah, like especially if he's one of those type of niggas where it's like, if you go to the Thanksgiving though, and then you're basically that one sibling that never is expected to go ahead and just make some food, and you just pull up and just eat though, and then you pick up the movement with this trick where like, if somebody cooks food that tastes like shit, you basically grab the napkin and pretend that you're chowing the food, but then you put the napkin to your fucking mouth and then spit it on the napkin though, and then just like, you know what I'm saying? And be so slick about it and shit though. Like the CEO of McDonald's tried to do that though. It wasn't working.
So they ended up going outside to run the ones. And this is where Baki just got completely embarrassed. Baki went in for a kick, but Musashi gripped his ankle and lifted him with...
Wait. Did this nigga just grab his ankle from the ground? Or did he grab the ankle that was up to the side of his head?
Ended up going outside to run the ones. And this is where Baki just got...
I didn't see where you...
completely embarrassed. Baki went in for a kick, but
oh, it's from the ground.
Musashi gripped his ankle and
I was too focused on like thinking, wait, which leg did he throw? Did he throw his first leg, or did he throw his second leg, or his third leg?
Lifted him with one hand like he was playing with a toy. Then he started to grip his ankle so hard, his ankle started to shatter while he was holding him up midair. Then he whips him behind his back and says, "Let's find out if he'll break." So he uses Baki's body like he would swing a sword and slams him on the ground, shutting his lights
KO.
This right here might go down as one of the most absurd moments of all time. He grabbed the...
I thought this nigga was gonna basically swing Baki around this that was 3. Like, you basically just take off your shirt like Muscle Man though, even though he looks like a blob of shit.
Main character, yes, the main character of the show, picked him up like he was a toy.
I think that Baki is the only main character from what I've seen to get fucked over like this in his own show.
And used him as a human sword to see if he could survive his swing. That is generally one of the most mind-boggling, insane things I've seen. So Baki ended up taking a pretty good long nap after this. But when he woke up, he decided that he wanted to run the ones one more time.
Again?
I don't know why he thought that was a good idea.
Or unless that he got hit so hard that even that parts of his brain switched off, bro. Maybe it was due to the swing though.
Yeah. But hey, if you've taken as many hits to the head as Baki has in his life, the CTE demons in your head just take over at some point, I guess. So Baki comes out for round 2 and immediately throws a jab at Musashi to catch him off guard. And Baki actually drops Musashi to a knee for a second, because he actually had him stunned. But he gets up and just straight up tells Baki, yeah, so I saw that jab coming the whole time, and I could have just dodged it, but I decided to eat it. And Baki was just completely flabbergasted at this point.
I mean, he's a swordsman, bro. You're supposed to see moves before they come.
Dude basically just told him to his face that I just saw your fastest attack coming, and I decided to let you hit me so you can get a little morale boost. So to end this fight, Musashi decided to take his actual fighting stance. And in this stance, two invisible swords.
Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Ain't no.
Showed up out of nowhere. Now, I don't know where the hell they came from, but my guess is that he just conjured them up out of his aura or something.
Or basically with his mind.
Shit. So Baki goes in to attack him.
If you can fuck niggas up physically with your mental, oh yeah.
But Musashi grabs his punch and stops him before he could even throw it. Then he uses his invisible mind sword to cut Baki down the middle and make his nervous system spaz out. So with one final attempt, Baki tries to hit Musashi one last time, but he blocks it with his foot and uses his punch as a bounce pad to land onto the roof. So Musashi looks at Baki.
I'm not gonna lie, having these type of eyes, bro, is so fire.
He on the verge of passing out and tells him, wow, you did impressive, little nigga. But I feel like indulging in more fun. Farewell, and thank you for the free meal. And when Musashi leaves, Baki just passes out and gets knocked out again. So after Musashi slumped the main character twice in the mill. And when Musashi leaves, Baki just passes out and gets
and then he just falls on his face instead of his ass.
knocked out again. So
Musashi, after killing 5 motherfuckers, saying some shit like,
after Musashi slumped the main character twice in the same day, the next character to get utterly embarrassed was that
the fact that Yujiro's bitch ass is not fucking there. Like, it was already annoying that Pickle wasn't there, but Yujiro too!
everyone's favorite bald nigga with an eye patch, Dopo Orochi.
Okay, so there's that the pink eye from when he got a nut busted on him or some shit. He looks like he swings the other way.
Now, the reason Dopo even knew Musashi was resurrected and back in the first place was because earlier that day,
that Illuminati ass Fetty Wap Joel Embiid looking your rage looking fuck over there.
Musashi was on the news for beating up like 4 cops at once, and it was all caught on security cam footage. The first dude tried to get behind him and put him in a rear naked, but this nigga grabbed his nuts and crushed them into smithereens. Look at the way he falls clutch.
Oh, I thought he grabbed his own and then basically he transferred that pain towards him. Yo.
Where his testicles once were. This brother just got his manhood taken in 4K.
Me personally, if I was to basically fuck some niggas nuts up, I would basically not use my hands, cause hey yo.
For the whole world to see on national news. Then he walks up to the next cop. The cop tried to swing but instantly got his baton snatched, and Musashi stares him straight in the face and slices him down the middle with his baton. Yes, your eyes do not deceive you. This nigga used a baton as a sword. And look at him on the ground. The nigga's having a seizure. Then the last 2 tried to jump him, but they both got air sliced and dropped as well. Now this is what Dopo saw on the news. And being the crazy ass nigga he is, he saw that and he wanted to fight him to see if he was the real deal or not. So when they stood off from one another, Tokugawa asked Dopo to introduce himself to Musashi. So Dopo decides to introduce himself by breaking shit and showing off. He started punching through cinder blocks, slicing glass bottles with his hand.
Motherfucker got Loki got the tips of his toenails for knuckles, bro.
And then
Oh, that cut of the bottle was so fire. The cut of the bottle.
Kicking a block of wood.
He just chopped off that money was so clean. Look at this, bruh. Look at this nigga. He looks like he can fly in the air. Like, you know, when it comes to like the rowdy rough boys, them niggas basically have like they look like rockets though when they be flying in the air and shit though. You know what I'm saying? Nah, bruh. If you were Superman or some shit and just flying in the air and then basically had these shits shooting out of his shit,
cleanly in half. And after this, he just floated in the air and tried to aura farm as much as he possibly could before gravity finally took him. Now after seeing that, any regular person would be impressed. But Musashi looked at him when he was finished and was like,
that's honestly whatever though. Like, I understand because of what it takes to get it, but it's actually whatever though, because knowing what can be accomplished. Yeah.
Was that supposed to be martial arts or a dance, my nigga?
That I agree with. That is a good question.
What did you say, nigga?
Why the fuck does his ears looks like a belly button, bruh? This UFC Brit.
So when Dopo heard him say it was a dance, this pissed him off to
Or like a loose asshole, bruh.
the max. Cause Musashi just flat out disrespected his craft. So they squared up against each other.
Wait, Minecraft or witchcraft?
And these boys were ready
Cause I look at them.
to throw down. So Dopo decides to attack first with a headbutt, but
Yeah, which ass is that one? Is it the left ass or the right ass on his head?
Musashi does one of
Or is it like one of those, he has a bald head with a bald spot on the top?
the most disrespectful.
What the fuck? Is this nigga dribbling his head like a basketball? Yo! I've never seen that before. What? I've never seen that before. How the fuck do you dribble somebody's head, bruh?
Things you could ever do to a bald nigga. He palmed his head.
Bruh, no! Yo! No, I'm not gonna front though. For CJ though, when he basically put KSI, what he should have done was grab the fucking. He should have grabbed a clip of like, especially like maybe if you go to the Grammys or wherever the fuck, you should have grabbed a clip from Kai's stream where he basically just went and basically Michael Jordan head palmed the nigga. Like, I don't know how many niggas he did, but there was one. He should have grabbed that. Now look at this.
Like a basketball. Like, dog. The thing that gets me the most is that he really things he could ever do to a ball nigga. He palmed his head like a basketball.
It's like, yo, relax, bitch boy. Look at that.
Like, dog. The thing that gets me the most is that he really started rubbing his chrome dome like he was polishing a bowling ball. So Dopo bags up and Musashi takes his fighting stance, where he has his air swords drawn out again. So he goes into attack and Dopo parries the first sword, but his other sword came down and ended up slicing him. And Dopo is screaming, thinking that he actually got hit. But then Musashi started laughing at him. And when Dopo finally realizes that he actually didn't get hit by a sword, Musashi was just staring at him, fist cocked back and loaded, and he told him, "See, I told you, it's just all a dance, my nigga," and rams his fist into Dopo's face. Now, while he was rocked, Dopo decided to at least save some of his aura, so he stops himself and recovers into a one-handed handstand.
Okay.
Like, I'll give it to bro.
Yeah. Out of all the aura forms I've ever seen, which doesn't exist, by the way, I'll give you this one. And speaking of aura, I'm gonna basically even go ahead and talk off topic right now. Yes, I will. So, when it comes to aura doesn't fucking exist. It's just you. Like, when you have aura, it's basically the energy field. It's basically the energy that you project into the atmosphere with your essence from your field. And also, aura is just basically the truth of who the fuck you is. Like, is this you? Like, when it comes to you basically just doing like the coolest shit ever, or like just pulling off the sauciest moves ever. Is that actually you? Or is like the thing is like, are you just like, are you just naturally that impressive? That's what it is. Real aura is being impressive. Aura farming is trying to be impressive. Now, there are some that actually do work. But in order to try being impressive, you gotta actually be impressive. So, you can naturally get aura if you fucking are impressive. For sure. But you can also farm it if you're trying to be impressive while already being impressive, then yeah, it flies. But outside of that, fuck no, it's fake.
Even though he's getting absolutely washed in this fight, Dopo made sure this ass whooping would not result in any type of aura loss. Bro got his bald head rubbed and knew he had to make up some points. So Dopo, being Dopo and letting his CTE take over, decided, you know what, I want you to get a real...
When was the last time have I seen that same thing before? Like that same CT, fuck, there was another video, I forgot which one, but there was that, but he used that same
sword so I can fight you
But I'm the same way too. I recycle my shits as well.
at your full strength. So Tokugawa gives Musashi a sword that can actually withstand the power of his swing. And this ends up leading up to one of the most absurd KOs in anime history. So Musashi kept on talking shit to Dopo, telling him, oh, you ain't no god of martial arts and all you doing is dancing and shit. So Dopo got mad and tried to rush him, but Musashi swung his sword into Dopo's face and slammed him into the ground, knocking him out cold. And he didn't even cut him. This nigga somehow held back enough strength while also putting out enough to knock a nigga out cold without the blade even splitting him open.
Fuck, I'm so rusty today, bro.
That shit is the most absurd way to knock a nigga out.
That's actually one of the biggest you ain't shit things you could do to a nigga.
Like, this isn't even remotely possible. This nigga Dopo should have been looking like Mecha Frieza when he pulled up to Earth. Split into...
No, he's supposed to actually look like a gash, bro.
Right down the middle. And then this nigga wakes up after getting knocked out like, well, damn, looks like he's the real deal. Like, my brother in Christ, you should be talking to God right now. Now, the next cast member to get exposed, actually...
Oh, the amputee, the chick...
did talk to God, and that was Retsu. Now, Retsu wanted to fight Musashi because he was bored with being a boxer due to dominating every...
Oh yeah, the motherfucker that lost the meat off his leg and shit.
person he fought. Also, he was tired of only being able to use his fist. So when this dude heard about Musashi, he immediately vacated his championship and said, I'm going to Japan, my nigga, because he wanted to challenge him to a fight. But not just to a regular fight. Retsu challenged this man to a fight to the death.
I like how CJ went and used the build and just toned down the pitch of it.
This nigga wanted to have Mortal Kombat with Musashi. Now, I don't know why the hell you want to have a fight.
Bruh, the clinical retardation that this shit reminds me of when it comes to America and people in general is... It would be a stretch to say immeasurable, but bruh, it feels like it.
To the death with a samurai whose record is 60-0 in fights to the death. But hey, we all like a little stupid sometimes. Hell, I went to a Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, for sure. You're definitely lying if you're disagreeing with that. You're therefore lying, or something's wrong with you. But most likely, they say that you're therefore lying.
One time when I was baked and asked for a burger, and I'm not kidding. This was a true story. So this fight was basically like a WWE. But hey, we all like a little stupid sometimes. Hell, I went to a Chick-fil-A one time when I was baked and asked for a burger, and I'm not kidding. This was a true story. So this fight was basically like a WWE no holds bars extreme rules match. Everything was legal. Swords, nunchucks, tables, ladders,
Bitches, everything, even pussy, even basically STIs, all of it though.
chairs, you name it, you could use it.
Even the tanks, the military, the wars, even using God, bruh.
Except for guns. 'Cause
What?
that's just flat out cheating. And you know what the
Okay.
crazy thing is? They did this in front of a live crowd. These
Or even throwing earthquakes or some shit, though.
niggas dead ass got off of their 9 to 5 and said, hey, you wanna go see a nigga die? Oh, hell yeah, bro. Like,
You want to see a nigga die? Yeah. Nigga, I want to see niggas and bitches be just get fucked up and shit though. I want to see that.
Is that not insane to y'all? They treating this shit like the Colosseum back in the Roman Empire. But anyways, the gong goes off in combat.
Yep. I don't know why, but this reminds me of like a specific device or some shit though. This reminds me of a specific device though.
Begins. So Retsu immediately rips off his jacket and
what? There's like 24 blades in there.
It was loaded with at least 100 kunai in there.
Nigga, 100? CJ called you, bitch! Oh! Nigga!
So Retsu just starts to PK fire the knives at Musashi. But Musashi started to dodge every single knife and even started catching them. Then to really just show how much of a different level he was on compared to Retsu, bro decided to cut the last kunai in half. So when Retsu finally ran out of ammo, he decided that his next best move was to use his shirt.
You know what I'm saying? Like this though. That's what I'm talking about. I thought that the motherfucker Musashi was gonna like basically throw Baki around like this
as a weapon. So this man starts to swing his shirt around, and it was sending a bunch of sand, dust, and teeth into this man's face.
And this nigga's eyes are open and yet he's...
But this is the moment where I myself realized that this dude was just built different. He let this shit fly in his face without even closing his eyes. He didn't even blink once. He just stood there and took it. Bro had a whole rock fly into his eye and he didn't even flinch. He was stone-faced the entire time. And when Retsu's attack was finally over, all he did after it was just shake everything off like nothing happened. And he called Retsu a child for throwing rocks and pebbles at him. So when Retsu was finally done spamming projectiles, Retsu...
I truly think that that's possible as well. The amount of shit I've seen too, I believe it.
Decides to throw his shirt at him. And Musashi ends up cutting it in half. But this was a feint by Retsu. Because after Musashi cuts the shirt, he gets clocked in the forehead by a 9-section whip and got dropped. So it seems that Retsu's plan this whole fight was to not let Musashi get close to him at all. He was going to have to zone him the entire fight because
long distance attack.
If he let Musashi get close to him with his sword, he was a dead man. So while Retsu was swinging his whip at mock speeds, Musashi decided to mock Retsu again. He puts down his sword and lets Retsu attack him. So Retsu came in swinging, but Musashi dodged all the hits and grabbed both of the whips to make him stop and bagged back without his weapons. Then Musashi looked at the chains and called them toys that can't kill anyone. Then decided to swing both of them like a sword and snap the chains like they were made out of wood. Now this right here was just straight up demoralizing to Retsu because he trained with that specific weapon since he was a kid, and Musashi literally
just for the nigga to fuck them shits up like that
picked it up for the first time, called them toys and snapped them in half. Bro just made all of his life work feel meaningless in the matter of seconds. So after Musashi did this, he did one of the cockiest things I've ever seen. He throws his sword at Retsu and says, "Why don't you give it a try? It's simple. All you gotta do is swing." So Retsu, feeling absolutely disrespected by this, decides to just smack Musashi with his sword multiple times. And when he knocked him down again, he told him, "I am a master of martial arts. Don't ever approach me unarmed again." And after Retsu did this to Musashi, this is when Musashi just became an absolute dickhead, because he just started to troll him for the rest of the fight. This nigga deadass threw his sword away, walked up to Retsu and told him, "I've approached you with no weapon, Mr. Martial Artist. Ooh, what shall you do?" So Retsu throws a punch at him, and Musashi catches it. But Retsu pulled out a Bianca Belair move and used his hair as a whip to smack Musashi in the face. Then he kicked.
This reminds me of the Afro Samurai, where basically he got stabbed through the afro, was able to slide down with it to basically slash the final nigga that killed his dad.
Took as hard as he physically could to rattle his brain and drop Musashi to his knees. Now when it looked like Retsu was coming to finish him off, Musashi grabbed his peg leg. And this is where Retsu fell into the trap. The same one Baki fell into. Musashi picked him up, this 200-pound plus nigga, by the leg with one arm, swung his body back all the way and swung him again like a sword, smashing his face into the ground. Now the
I thought this motherfucker was gonna do more.
most insane thing about this is that Retsu's body recovered and stood up, but he was still out cold. So Musashi had to walk up to him and grab his fist to throw him on the ground to wake him up. And right here is when you can see that Retsu was just out of it. This nigga had no clue where he was at for a second. He was clearly concussed. And Musashi was just standing over him like, "Get up, little nigga. This doesn't end till one of us are dead." So when Retsu's brain finally started to function again, he gets up and starts to attack him. But now he couldn't even land a hit because Musashi started to block every single one of his strikes.
Or cock block some of them though.
So since Retsu was basically downloaded at this point,
Yeah, I just said that.
he had to try some new shit and pull something out of his bag. So he decides to take Baki's fight.
I don't know why, but why do I have the feeling that whoever the father the bitch was basically, you know what? Hey yo, nigga, put your kids back in your nutsack, okay? You made a mistake letting that shit out. Busting that one?
Stand
You should have just went and swallowed that shit though. No. The mama.
to see if he could mix him up a little bit. But I don't think bro
Or exterminated with with sauce or some shit though. Hot sauce.
understood that this was not the move because Baki himself got knocked out. Not once, but twice. So the fuck did bro think that this was gonna
Motherfucker has body bags for eye bags up over here.
accomplish? So Musashi leaps at Retsu with a random
Why the fuck did he have the grill on the back of the sword?
sword he picked up and rams the blade right into Retsu's face. Now this
But he didn't kill
is
it.
another moment where a character should be dead. Retsu's face should be split in two right now, but this nigga still has the ability to talk right now because he didn't cut him all the way through. So Musashi tries to finish the strike, but Retsu hits a counter and bicycle kicks Musashi in the face, laying him out on the ground.
Nah, look at that stance, bruh.
It actually looks like Retsu did mad damage to Musashi right here. He looked absolutely stunned and was coughing up blood. So Retsu tries to finish him off with the
Really?
Bruce Lee into the dragon curb stomp. But all of this was a ruse. Musashi was playing possum the entire time. He caught Retsu mid-air with the Bruce Lee into the dragon curb stomp. But all of this was a ruse. Musashi was playing
Was a
possum the entire time. He caught Retsu mid-air and wrapped the cord that was on his clothes around his neck. Then he continued to wrap up Retsu's entire body until he was wrapped up like a present. This was pure humiliation at its finest. And look at Retsu. He is about to start bawling his eyes out because he knows he's cooked. It's over. The whole crowd knew as well too. They was like, "Please, Musashi, have mercy. Please don't kill that nigga." But it was too late. Musashi picked up his blade, cut the cord loose and said, "Turn around, nigga." And when Retsu turned around, Musashi's blade came right down the middle. So Retsu tried to counter it like last time, but he ends up getting his peg leg cut off. And when he ended up bagging up, you knew it was over because he had a big ass line going straight down his body. Then like 2 seconds later, the wound opens and Retsu's body just explodes in blood.
Oh!
Now this cut actually didn't kill him because it was too shallow. And also apparently Retsu learned some technique that can make him survive a cut of a sword.
What? What? What?
I don't know, some straight up bullshit.
Nah, but I think it's Baki though. Nigga, what is the spelling over here? I'm just like thinking, is this the type of shit that can happen in the world? I believe it too.
Narrator's trying to gaslight me into believing in, but I guess it worked. So since Retsu is somehow still alive, he decides to prep one final move. He got down into the same feral stance that Pickle uses. So Retsu leaps at him and throws a punch, and Musashi cuts right into Retsu's fist. But Retsu planned this so Musashi's sword could get stuck in his fist. So Retsu yelled at this man and said, "I got you." But Musashi looked at him with the classic, "Haha, you fool!" He flash stepped towards Retsu, picked him up, and hit him with an attitude adjustment. Then while
Oh my!
he was mid-air, he hit Retsu with a clean strike to the back and cut him clean straight through his body. His organs were slashed clean through and his spine was severed. And after he landed that fatal strike, Musashi turned around and said, "You've done well," and leaves. This time, it was really over. That bullshit ass technique could only bail him out once. Cause once they started showing Retsu's backstory, you knew damn well it was a wrap. So bro fell to the ground, holding his stomach and coughing up blood, and thought to himself in his last moments,
damn, at least I tried. My only regret in life was not using code CJ for 10% off on
This motherfucker CJ, bruh.
gamer subs. If I trucked some of that good
No bullshit, bruh. If this sponsor's actually legit, bruh, then okay.
shit before this fight, then maybe I wouldn't be getting isekai right now. I'll make sure to use code CJ in the next life.
Fatality.
damn it, my parlay! Not gonna lie, I
The new sounds this nigga's using though.
was actually pretty shocked they actually
Wait, he got chlamydia on the top of his head, bruh? If it was green, it'd be gonorrhea.
decided to kill off a major side character like Retsu. And then I became even more shocked to figure out that this nigga got isekai'd into a spin-off manga. So I guess we gotta give Musashi an honorary truck-kun badge or something, cause he technically boomed a nigga.
Bruh, he looks like a finger! Bruh, what the, oh, bruh, what chicken piece is this one? Yo, it's so Okay, let me check. Okay. Yo. It's not even about the picture, bro, but it's the shit that's even happening in my head right now as I'm thinking about it, though. Yeah, so whatever you can think of. Yep, that's what it is. That's what it is. What is that? Yo. Bro, the shit that I'm even thinking about in my it's undescribable, but it's all in there, bro. It's all there. Bro, he look, bro, I don't know, bro, but he looks like a dick that got cut off, bro. And that's the dickhead, bruh. Yo. Nah, that's wild, bro. What is that? What is that? Which finger is that one? Yo.
Bad, he got sent to another world. So after Musashi isekai'd Retsu, the next dude to get cooked was this random NPC Kendo champion. Now, after the fight with Retsu, Musashi technically did end up getting arrested for killing him, even though they couldn't hold him with handcuffs and they had to call.
No, but then again, at the same time, like, he still should walk free though because of what's this? Because like they decided to fight to the death though, so it's like
the entire SWAT team just so they could bring him in for questioning, but the police decided.
Now, why is it that Corey
end up getting arrested for killing him, even though they couldn't hold him with handcuffs and they.
Now look at how he's even pointing this right here. Like, this is so bitch made right here, and also at the same time, it's like, why is he wearing a condom on the top of his head, bro? Like when it comes to him wearing a plastic bag or some shit though. Or like why the fuck he's even got like a piece of bubble gum on the top of his shit though?
Had to call the entire SWAT team just so they could bring him in for questioning, but the police decided not to charge Musashi. They actually wanted to make a deal with him, and the deal was to fight Japan's Kendo champion, who was this random NPC right here. And this fight lasted a whopping 10 seconds. I'm not even kidding.
Okay. Now when it comes to the bunny we're holding up the time. Yeah, it's usually used when bitches are basically like when their eggs are rotting. So it's like, yeah, this is so it's convenient basically. You know what I'm saying? This is convenient.
Musashi just casually walked up to dude, raised his kendo stick, and smacked him on top of the head, one-shotting him. Every single person in the room just had their jaws.
Close your mouth, bro. Like the thing is, if you swing the other way, then okay, it's fine though. Like here's the thing.
Dropped because they couldn't believe what they just witnessed. The Kendo champion of Japan got washed in 10 seconds flat. They was all looking at this nigga after he got knocked out like,
big dog, you supposed to be our number one. Come on, man. And you're playing like a bum. I bet you better start doing your job.
So after the Kendo champion got one-shotted, the next nigga to get exposed was
what the? Why is it censored still?
Shibukawa. Now Shibukawa wanted to fight Musashi because he straight up tried to spin back.
Bro, what the fuck is the slice on his head, bro? Like why the fuck does he have a hockey puck and some
shit? This nigga walked up to Musashi after he knocked out the Kendo champ and said he wanted to shake hands with him. So they shook hands.
Ooh.
But this was a trap that Shibukawa laid out. He gripped his hand while using Aikido and it made Musashi fall to the ground. Then Shibukawa looked at him dead in the face and said,
"This is Furetsu, nigga,"
and smashes his face into the ground. Now this was obviously a cheap shot, but Shibukawa did not care. Bro looked at Musashi when he got up and basically told him,
"Pull up in front of the motherfucking precinct and let's bang out. Right down the block. You know where it's at. You studied my whole neighborhood. Or pull up in front of the Kmart and let's bang out and let's do it on camera. I throw my life away and you throw your life away right now. I hate you, nigga. Let's die."
So after Shibukawa was,
"I hate you, nigga. Let's die. I feel that."
Done talking this shit and was ready to throw his life away, Musashi just smiled at him and was like, "Alright, bet." So Musashi speed blitzed bro in 2.5 seconds. And
man, this motherfucker just basically staring into your eyes or some shit like. Oh, the cat. Okay, yeah, there's not much lighting in here anyways.
Cut him down with his air sword. Musashi was so fast, Shibukawa couldn't even react. Bro just had to stand there and take all the pain before he spazzed out. And then when Shibukawa woke up to shake hands with Musashi after the fight,
he went and did it. Oh, that's fire. Whatever this is, oh, that chrome heart is fire.
Musashi just decided to mark him one last time. So he gripped his hand as hard as Shibukawa did earlier and mind cut this nigga all over his body after telling him GG's. Now that was everyone that Musashi just straight up exposed. However, there was one more character he had an interaction with, and all of y'all should know him very well. It was none other than the most disrespectful man in anime history, Yujiro motherfucking Hanma, nigga. And ooh, boy, I tell you, I'm surprised the world cataclysmic event didn't happen when these two fought.
Bruh, what the?
Jiro motherfucking Hanma, nigga. And ooh, boy, I tell you, I'm surprised the world cataclysmic event didn't happen.
Bruh, I remember this right here. This is just so
happen when these two fought. Because we all know how overpowered Yujiro is in this universe. And we just witnessed how overpowered Musashi is. So the fact that the top two niggas in this verse decided to square off is generally terrifying. I'm surprised they didn't send the government to stop these niggas. But when I really think about it, what the hell are they gonna do?
bruh, dog.
Yujiro literally made America his bitch. Now, this is how this confrontation.
Yeah, he fucked it from the back without even asking.
Went down. Yujiro wanted to fight Musashi because Motobe.
It's like either you wash and swallow my dick all it's sweaty, or die.
straight up said, I don't believe that you can beat Musashi, and I will be the person to protect everyone. So Yujiro took a
Bro, why the fuck does he have a bunch of dick strings on all over his fucking
offense to this? Because even though Yujiro's not a swordsman like Motobe, Yujiro is still known as the strongest creature on Earth. So he went to Tokugawa's house to confront Musashi. Now the way they got to start fighting was just hilarious. Musashi wanted to see if Yujiro was like that or not. So he tried to air slice him while Yujiro was just drinking some sake. But this nigga did not even react. Yujiro just straight up looked at him like, nigga, did you really think that bullshit was gonna work on me? Fuck wrong with you? Eat a dick, nigga. So this man cuts the bottle cap with this finger, and the glass lands on Musashi's forehead and he starts bleeding. Then Yujiro looked at Tokugawa and told him, hey, bald nigga, fetch that nigga sword now. Fuck the foreplay. We fighting right here, right now. So they wasted little to no time. They went outside and they were ready to throw down. So Yujiro decides to make the first move. He grabs Musashi's sword with his hand and tells him, think fast, Choco Nuts. So he slaps the shit out of this nigga and sends him flying.
I thought he smacked his head off his shoulders.
And this motherfucker is still hanging on to the sword. Like, look at this nonchalant bullshit. He farmed aura mid-attack and just off of the first hit, he had Musashi looking
this cross-eyed fucking
cross-eyed. So after he got hit with that face palm of doom, this is when Musashi decided to lock in. Because he
what clinical retardation was that one?
Finally had a worthy challenger. So Musashi decides to go.
Wait, hold on. I saw it, but I'm just like thinking they're gonna speak on it.
So after he got hit with that face palm of doom, this is when Musashi decided to lock in. Because he
now look under here. Look under here. Now that is a dick string.
Finally had a worthy challenger.
When you look
so Musashi decides to go on the attack. So he tries to slice him down the middle, but he ended up cutting his leg. Then he tried to slash him again, but Yujiro hits a nasty dodge.
Dog, look at this position, nigga.
Dude jumps like 10 feet in the air and floated there for 5 seconds. And while all this was going on, Tokugawa was watching this, and this nigga looked like he was dead ass about to nut. Bro was on the sidelines like, oh, I can't contain myself. I'm about to bust. Like, I get it, bro. We're watching legends fight.
Bruh, I understand. I understand. I mean, that's just so Ayo for me. But I understand.
Like right now. But like, damn, bro, pop it out. So after Tokugawa was done glazing, Musashi swung at one of Yujiro's vital points. But Yujiro somehow saw this attack coming. So he dodged to make him miss his vitals, then grabbed Musashi by the wrist and gave him a receipt for that officer that got his balls crushed. Yujiro kicks Musashi in the nuts. Look at the pain this man is in. This kick to the balls by Yujiro was apparently the most pain Musashi's ever felt in his life. He said this felt worse than getting shot by an arrow or slashed by a sword. So after Musashi got hit.
Wow. You mean to tell me that getting your dick kicked nuts in like right inside your gooch is worse than the fucking arrows and not the bows and the fucking getting slashed by the blade? Is you serious, nigga? With all this lube that's coming out of your shit though, you serious?
By this, he got up and decided that Yujiro was a worthy opponent to try his secret technique on that nobody's ever seen. So Musashi gives up his swords and decides to fight barehanded. So he starts swinging on Yujiro with his bare hands and starts cutting him. Apparently, this is supposed to be the final form of his air sword attacks. And now this nigga doesn't even need swords because he is now the sword. So when Musashi ends up going in for another attack, Motobe just comes out of
the fuck
nowhere and eats every single hit that Musashi would have landed on Yujiro. Now, obviously, since Motobei did this ended up pissing Yujiro off because he interrupted his fight. I mean, the dude was so mad, he kicked up Motobei's unconscious body and just straight up bitch slapped him. And it got to the point that Musashi had to stop Yujiro himself because Yujiro was about to kill bro. But after this, we end up learning that Motobei actually took one for the team. Because apparently, if those attacks kept on landing, Yujiro would have died.
Nick, what? Wait, what?
Yes, this technique would have actually beaten Yujiro. Not gonna lie, when I first heard it, I couldn't believe it myself. Because apparently the nigga is stronger with his bare hands than his actual sword.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Now, I don't know how the hell that makes any sense, but it's Baki, so I'm not asking questions. I'm just here for the nonsensical chaos. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is quite possibly one of the craziest videos I've ever done. And apparently part 2 is coming out later this year.
Thank you, CJ. I need that part 2, because what the fuck?
And I'm hearing people say that he's supposed to be going on a rampage. So let me know if you want to see that. And hell, I'll probably give a roundtable verdict at the end of it. So with that being said, hope y'all enjoyed. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And let me let y'all know this right now. The day I'm finishing this up right now, I just saw Mark get literally dug in. So I might give y'all a little mini Invincible video next week. But anyways, I'm out.
Hey, thanks for the video, CJ. And yeah, thanks for basically sticking around. And it's like, fuck. I'm not gonna front, right? I hate cameras though, but I just hate that in this situation it was too dark to the point where you couldn't even really see what the fuck was really going on. But then again, at the same time, it's like it would be what you would imagine it though. So pretty much, it would be what you would pretty much imagine though, even with the lights on. But yeah, I'm out. I'm gonna see you in the next one, my bruh.